Hey guys, welcome back to Sparks and Recreation. In today's video, we're going to go over what I think is the best performance beater for under $3,500 found on Marketplace today. So what is this? It may look like your average Mercedes from the late 90s, which it is. It's a CLK430 AMG. So at the time, the 430 was basically like the mid-level Mercedes, but you could order this with the V8 rear-wheel drive, which is what this one is optioned with. Unfortunately, they do only come automatic, but it is a pretty good automatic transmission in this. My favorite portion of this vehicle is the exhaust note. So a cool thing about these is that they come basically with like this weird H pipe and then goes to a resonator. All you have to do to make them sound good is the muffler is the pipe is angled directly, so all you do is chop it off, put in a piece of 3-inch, and you have yourself a performance exhaust. I'm going to show you what that sounds like here in a second. So the outsides of these cars are quite interesting because when I see this front end, I think like very early 90s, but this is 99, and they made these from like 98 to 03 in this basic body style. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just reading online. I've never owned one of these until right now. This one has some pretty cool wheels on it. These are not the factory wheels. These are just kind of like an AMG replica. These are basically the same size, same stance, same style. They're just not the original ones. Anyhow, these cars are pretty cool. They don't look too bad. This car is hammered. So what's weird is the underside of this car is like mint. There's no rust at all. But just down the body in random spots, that's paint coming through. These are not bullet holes, it's just rust coming through. This whole front fender rotted off. It's supposed to have wipers for the front headlights on some of these models too. This one does not have it. Again, look at all this. I don't know if they do like a terrible job painting these when they're at the factory or what the issue is, but I've also seen Volkswagens like the 06 to like 09 like Jettas and Passats just randomly rot out in the body as well. Anyhow, so that's the outside of the car. I think it looks, I mean, first age. Yeah, think of how cheap this is. The performance you get for how cheap it is, I think it's worth it. So inside of the CLK430 has some very interesting features. First off, it has power headrests. That's a sure sign of a luxury car of the 1990s. But anyways, actual true weird features is the single windshield wiper. Watch this. As it moves, it actually articulates up to catch the top of the window as well. So it's hard to tell in the video, but it actually like goes over, up, and then down. It's very strange. When you have it at full speed, it just looks so bizarre. The car has a ton of options for the year, obviously heated seats, heated pretty much everything. It does not have a heated steering wheel, which I find strange. All the 7 Series and higher end 5 Series that were this car's competitor, a lot of them have heated steering wheels. The only thing that's interesting is that in the back there's a privacy screen that does still work. It's pretty cool. Let me see. And right below the privacy screen, there's actually a little cubby that has a roadside assistance and first aid kit. Very unique. This car has one of the first features I've seen in this era of vehicle that has factory like HID headlights for the low beam, so it gives you that like blue, almost very light white color. They're actually pretty good considering they're fairly fogged over. That's another issue with old cars, the headlights fog over. Yes, you can clean it up, but I'm not going to because this is a cheap beater. There's a button for when you wreck the thing or need to be towed. I'm not entirely sure what this does. Tell me in the comments. The car's stereo is halfway decent, especially for the age. The bass still sounds halfway, like, not blown out. This car is filthy inside, and I'm on my way over to my shop to bring some pellets. The sunroof is partially stuck open, and the cloth is missing on that part of the interior, unfortunately. But other than that, everything's here, and all the buttons seem to work still. This window, the regulator is broken in it, so I need to replace that before I sell it. So what's cool about this thing, and my favorite feature of all, is that the rear end is either broken, welded, or comes LSD. I'm leaning towards it comes LSD because there is no modifications done to this car at all other than me hacking the exhaust off. When I got it, it's 100% stock, one owner car, 111,000 miles. But every time you stomp it, it spins both rear tires. So this car is rated for about 300 horsepower, 300 foot-pound of torque, which is pretty comparable to like a Cobra Mustang, makes only a little more. So let's get on it. Damn, this car is actually a handful. Especially, I mean, it's a little wet. God damn. Yeah, let's put traction control on and try doing the same thing. Alright, we're gonna put traction control on. Try the same test we just did, just kind of punching it at like 20. Well, of course there's a car coming on in front of me. Let this guy do his thing. If you're gonna be able to beat that performance for the price range, I swear to God, I paid $500 for this car. You cannot beat it. And it literally passes New York State inspection. I'm gonna sell it for a bit more than that because they are worth more than that. But holy crap, what a value. I'm gonna show you guys some videos of beating on this thing a little bit. And obviously the exhaust note is just mint. So anyhow, I would say CLK430 AMG, buy this car if you see one come up on Marketplace. If it's under even $5 grand and in good shape, I would buy this thing. And what's amazing is this tranny feels mint. Like, a lot of these are super laggy. Like, you put it into the gear, it freaking goes into the gear. It lets you bang it off the limiter, all sorts of shit. Hell yeah, brother. 4.3 V8. Thumbs up from Justin. This thing's an absolute tank.